That's right. I'm able to create videos and manage my entire YouTube channel from just my iPad alone. In this video, I'll go through all the apps that I use in order to manage and maintain my videos on my channel. And also, I will go through the filming setup that I had from the beginning when I started my channel back in April 2020. So, most of the apps that I use are free apps that I either downloaded from the App Store or apps that came originally with the iPad when I got it. So, the main apps that I use when I am filming and editing and creating my videos are, of course, the camera. I use iMovie to edit. I also use screen recording, which is built into the iPad if I need to do any type of tutorials on my iPad itself, where I need to show step by step anything I may be doing so that someone can follow along in the process. And I also use voice memos if I need to do a voiceover to pair with the screen recording. And lastly, I use Canva. Now, within Canva, there are some things that I do, particularly with the green screen feature in iMovie and creating small little animated clips or even stagnant images to overlay when I do my editing in iMovie, so that you will be able to see me do things like this or any other cool little features or pop-ups on the screen, um, signaling a call to action or any other type of pattern interrupts. I mainly use Canva, the free version, to create these types of overlays within my videos. Now, most of the apps that I mentioned are free. I don't have any paid apps that I'm using as yet, but of course, as time goes on and you want to level up your content creation process, you can choose to pay for any software and or hardware that you think is needed based on the stage you are in terms of growing your YouTube channel. Now, in terms of creating my thumbnails for my videos, I also use Canva to create my graphics. I would usually take a picture after recording my video and place it on the thumbnail, edit in a background and some text, and I try to use similar fonts and colors that I would be using based on the colors on my channel banner and the colors from previous YouTube videos. However, once in a while you may see one or two thumbnails that look just a little bit different in design, and that's just me experimenting, of course, which you should do when you have a YouTube channel, to see what thumbnails really work well in terms of getting a good click-through rate. So, other apps that I use while editing in my thumbnails in Canva is I use PixArt, and sometimes I may use the color app just in case if I want to do different things. Now, in the free version of the Canva app, you are not able to cut out the background image. If I take a photo of myself right now, I will get the background, and in the free version of the Canva app, you can't take out the background. So I use PixArt, which is also free, to take out the background, export that image, and then put it back into Canva to continue doing my editing. Of course, in Pixar, you can do a good amount of editing to your thumbnail. However, they don't have the text feature. So if you wanted to put in text, then you would still have to use Canva in order to do that. That's why I use them together. And in terms of the color app that I downloaded, that's only to really do things in terms of graphics that I hand draw myself, either with a stylus, or in taking a picture, inputting it, and then trying to color it in, just if I'm not getting the graphics in Canva that I really want. And I use that feature in this thumbnail. So in terms of trying to really get what you want, you may have to incorporate all aspects of free tools that are at your disposal. Mind you, you don't need to have a stylus to draw on that app. You could use your finger, or there are a lot of pens I know sometimes come with a little stylus ball attached to it, so you could also use that. I also use the Notes app to write down my video descriptions so that I can always just copy and paste it into the YouTube Studio app or the YouTube Studio desktop site within the Google Chrome web browser. So those are the two things that I use in order to optimize my videos. So that means putting in your custom thumbnail, your title, your description, your tags, and you can do those things that I just listed with the YouTube Studio app. However, in order for you to put in your end screens, your iCards, if you would like to rearrange your playlists and schedule when you want to upload your video, you would have to go into your web browser and access the desktop site for the YouTube Studio to get those extra functionalities. So I use a combination of the two based on, convenience or what I'm doing at that particular time. I may use the combination of the two, but most of the functionality, of course, is within the desktop site. So I use that more heavily than the app itself because the app has limited features. And of course, uploading my video is directly through the YouTube app itself after exporting it from iMovie and saving it in my camera roll. And the last thing I want to touch on is my filming setup. So I wasn't able to have a tripod or anything in the beginning stages of my YouTube channel when I started about a year ago. And what I did is that I would prop up my iPad on an open laptop. So I would actually use the back of the laptop or the screen of the laptop to kind of angle the iPad, and I would use the front facing camera, even though most people would suggest that you use the back facing camera because obviously you'll get a better quality video. However, there is no way that I was able to position the iPad so that I could see if I was capturing my face while filming, and it was just easier for me to use the front facing camera so that I could see myself while I'm filming and know that I am in the shot. And that is what I did for the most part. I used the internal microphone, so it was literally just my iPad on a laptop position and the laptop elevated on like a stack of books in order to get it level with my face. And it was the same background that I have now, which is in my room against this dingy whiteboard. But you have to start somewhere, and I really encourage you to start your YouTube channel. Most of your first few videos will be kind of rough, but it really helps you get over the fear. It really helps you to be able to articulate your words better. It really helps you in terms of running off the cuff and get better at talking to the camera, because right now I am able to do this much better than I thought I could when I first started. And if you'd asked me a year ago, would you be filming videos and editing videos and posting on YouTube, I would say that you were crazy. So, as you go along, though, I would suggest that you upgrade your filming setup. And the first thing I would recommend is that you try to improve your audio, because that is actually one of the biggest things that people tend to pay attention to, even subconsciously. So you may think that it's the video quality, but it's actually the audio quality, because if someone can't hear you clearly, they're gonna click off the video. If they could hear you very well but they can't really see you too well, they could always just put it on and listen to the information. If the information and the value of your content is really, really good, they could bypass the poor video quality. And of course, you could always just improve your video quality with better lighting. As it stands, I'm not using any type of artificial lighting. It's just natural light coming in from windows in this direction and this direction, and just my light bulb in the back wall here. So once you have natural lighting, that would be good enough also for you to start. You don't need to go and buy a softbox or a lamp or anything like that. The first thing I really would recommend is audio, and you could check out this video. I will link here. If you want to learn about improving your audio and upgrading your filming setup, you can check out these videos coming up next, and I'll see you in the next video.